Are we set?
We are recording.
We've already been discussing and arguing and debating.
We're talking about assholes.
We're going to start recording this. Let's get a finishing the bottle episode going. Mr. Lynch.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Midnight Movie Distillery. This is the finishing the bottle episode. I am one of your hosts, Logan Lynch.
I'm another one of your hosts, Warwick Price.
Turned into a snack.
Only you could forget your own name.
And mine is real.
And I'm the guy in the end, blonde black. Mine's also real. Ish. Yeah, so we're going to finish the episode. We're going to talk about our thoughts on The Monkey and The Gorge.
Yeah, the Gorge. This is kind of a free-for-all. So
And bourbons.
And bourbons.
All together.
Let's get some alcohol going before we start talking about the other ones.
So we've had this one, which is Hogsworth, which is from the founder of...
Oh, wait, you gotta wait to see what he brings.
Oh, no, he's just looking at it.
I didn't get a picture of this one, so...
It's just a pig.
Hogsworth, which is the founder of Whistle Pig, after he was excommunicated from the main company, he started his own other company called Hogsworth. Get the trade-off on words there. And then we had this beauty out here, the Moonlight Mayhem by Filmland Spirits, which is a Indiana whiskey blended in Kentucky. Very good. But you know, I never leave with I never come here with just two bottles.
Oh.
So I do have another one that is an interesting one. I bought it a long time ago, planning to bring it here, and then thought...
fuck it, I'll drink it myself.
Fuck those guys. Because I really wanted to try what it was like. Popped it open anyway. So this one won't be a fresh bottle, but it's free, so what do you fuckers care? It is...
I don't.
Three Floyd's War Sprite. War Sprite is not a whiskey, it is a malt liquor.
This is straight malt whiskey, though.
It is a malt, I guess it's still a whiskey, correct. Not a bourbon, is what I meant. It is a malt whiskey.
It's not
malt
normal.
liquor. It's Three Floyd's. Three Floyd's is never normal.
So I've seen this.
Yeah.
I have not...
wow, that color is weird.
It's dark.
It's very reddish, though.
Dark. But it is malt liquor.
Okay.
This is not the corn mash.
So this is like a 40 that we're supposed to pour out.
This
proof.
is a
We're going to pour out for our brothers.
For your own wrapper of your choosing. So I'm assuming you might want to give that one a little taste before we pick out which one we're going to finish the bottle with.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we want to start with that one?
Go ahead. I'll let you guys pour your own pour on these so you guys can put what you want. In fact, really, that's really what I should be doing instead of pouring your own spills.
Let's pop this cork.
Yeah, it's already pre-popped.
That was a mini pop.
You know, do it, take it as you will.
Looks like a plastic one.
So Three Floyd's, for those who might not know, it's in Indiana, mostly a brewery. They do a lot of beers, some very famous beers. They probably are national now, I think. I think you can get Three Floyd's just about anywhere. And then they started doing spirits. They do have bourbon barrel.
It's been recent, though, right? The spirits?
This stuff, yeah. We're talking the past 3 years or so.
Yeah, it smells potent.
God, you could take paint off the wall with this.
So now, let me get some...
Do we know the year on that?
Yeah, I'm going to get all that stuff for you.
Get it going. Come on.
Okay. It is...
Numbers fast.
Wow, I could read you the sales text they have on there. Creamy brulee, best served in the moment of victory.
Creamy brulee.
Yeah,
It's creme brulee.
Is it creme brulee?
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Not creamy brulee.
No, creme brulee. Oh, I see what I said. Cream. Okay. All right. I see
No,
what
you said cream E.
All right. So the mash bill on this one, and I have to keep tilting it because they put it in fucking metallic print on black, so you can't fucking read anything. It is 66% malted barley, 18 malted oats, and 9% malted wheat.
Interesting.
So they malted the shit out of everything.
Okay, tell me. I know what malted is in a milkshake.
Right.
What's malting in a...
So malting is where we talked about this. Actually, we had an episode, 3 episodes ago.
I don't listen to this.
I don't remember.
Malting, specifically with barley, they do this, but there's not enough sugar in barley.
Okay.
And barley is really a lot of what they use out for Scotch.
Sure.
Right? So the malting process is when they get it wet and let it start to germinate. And then just at the point before it sprouts, when it's germinating, because what happens is the grain starts to produce more sugar in anticipation of growing a sprout. Then they heat it up, thereby killing the process of growth, but now there's lots of sugar in there.
Got it.
So now they have something they can distill.
So they want this to be sweet because of all the malting?
They did malt the wheat, which is already kind of sweet. They malted the barley because there's not enough sugar to ferment, really, to get a good spirit out of it, unless you malt it. And then the other one was, what was it, rye? Oats. Oats, again, does not have a lot of sugar inherently in oats. So you have to malt it so it produces more sugar, therefore you get a good fermentation.
And they stick 7% of corn in there just.
No corn. No corn at all.
7% of corn.
Oh, it is 7% corn. See this?
I didn't make it up. I saw it on the fucking label.
I'm looking at it too, and I'm like, this is the worst label I've ever seen. It's so hard to read.
Take another whiff of it, and are you getting? I'm getting like Fireball.
Oh God, no.
Like cinnamon?
Yeah.
No
like
way.
Cinnamon.
No.
Is that just my schnoz?
I think it's just your snars.
Are you sure?
I mean, I guess that could be the oats.
But why would that be cinnamon?
Because he's got, have you seen the nose on this guy?
Yeah, I should be taking more
I
in.
mean,
He's smelling stuff across the room.
Oh, that's my cinnamon sticks I've got sitting across the room.
so have you guys tasted it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm one in.
So the other part about this is it is 100 proof.
Maybe that's what no.
Well, it's really funny because it's like
You don't know what
there's no burning.
There's not a lot of burn.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
But is it burnier?
Yes. I was just
Burn,
going to
yeah.
go there. That was from a few episodes ago.
Yes. Was that one of mine?
Yes, it was yours. You asked that like you didn't know burnier. Would us two come up with burnier?
No. Can you
Let me
smart enough?
rephrase it. It wasn't burnier. It was burnier.
Yeah, I got
Burning.
like hardly any burn.
No, I mean it's like there's some heat when you first taste it, but it dissipates very, very quickly.
I wonder if that's the sweetness that's probably
That's weird though, but like for 100 proof.
Yeah,
geez.
that's a dangerous 100 proof.
So, and it is a 4-year. I had to check that out too. So it's a 4-year malt.
So it's young.
It's relatively young. It's relatively young.
Have you tried it yet?
Yeah. I've had it before.
Oh, of course.
You guys got an open
and
bottle.
you
right?
opened.
Yeah. But ultimately, do we want to rate it since we're here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's give it a
Why the
rating.
fuck not? I'm going against my other one. Doing a single.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know
good
why
for
I'm so
fucking
jolly.
you. Are you ready yet, Mr.
I can't hold my barrels.
Mr. Price? Are you ready?
I am ready.
1,
2,
3.
Ba-boing. Lynch.
Give it a 3.
2.3.
2.5. You and I have been pretty on spot tonight.
Yeah.
On spot.
On spot, whatever that word is. So it's
Spot on. That's what I mean.
so I know you guys complain when I do it against like what we've rated over the last like
here
two
we
years.
go.
So
Here
I'm not.
we go.
So I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But I am still doing it based on what we've rated today.
Okay.
So I'm not doing that, but I'm doing
No,
that.
but I'm not doing it out of historical values.
well,
I'm doing it over like
perceived value?
no, over what I know
Over
today.
substantial value?
It was,
Over biblical status? What are we talking here?
it certainly wouldn't be biblical status.
Okay.
Because that's a made-up book. But sorry.
Your opinion.
But so like my rating is based on the fact that I didn't like it as much as this.
Okay.
This. So you're 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
Okay,
And
I got
so
you.
because I gave this, I think a 2.5.
I think.
Then this had to be lower than that. I don't
Oh, okay.
I
All right,
don't
logic.
I don't dislike this.
Yeah.
I think as we were saying, it's like I think there was a little bit of burn there. Again, not burn, a little bit of heat there. Initially dissipated very quickly. I don't think the flavor is unpleasant, but I don't like that as much as I like this.
Okay.
That's a point to be made. I think I gave it the same rating as this.
Yes, you did.
And I like this better than that.
So you're wrong.
So I should have given this a higher mark or that a lower mark?
One way or the other, yes.
I think honestly though that the ratings. That's why I try not to.
Are you saying the ratings are all bullshit?
No. I think that the ratings
I'll say
are
the
how
ratings
you're
are
feeling at
bullshit.
the moment, right? Like you're gonna
really.
You might say, you know what? Like I was feeling that was probably above a 3, but I'm like, you know what? I feel like it's not deserving.
What did you give it again?
3.
You gave it a 3. Okay.
But I'm not. It didn't deserve a 3.2, 3.5. Anything along those lines. Oh boy. It's trying to
Many
come
happy
back up.
returns.
Here we go. It's coming back.
So I don't know about you guys, but no, it's okay. This is gonna play.
Okay.
This is gonna play.
I got it.
Price wise, this is gonna.
Oh yeah,
not
price.
Warwick,
I got to look it up. I bought
this
a
is gonna
long
play
time
into
ago.
what I think. If I'm spot on with this.
I
gotcha.
Go for it.
I'm gonna say this is $35.99.
Ooh, I'm gonna go $39.95. Because I think because of the core label, and because of
the name,
because of the Three Floyds, because the label is fucking cool. Even though, as Lon said, you can't fucking see it.
Three Floyds has
at
really
all.
good labels. I think that's kind of par for the course.
Right, and their beer cans are just amazing.
I used to be a huge fan of. I can't even remember the name of it now.
Not Zombie Dust. Zombie
Dust.
Oh
yeah,
that's still.
I used to.
That's my go-to.
I don't know what happened, but I didn't have it for a few years, and then went back and had it, and I was like, something happened.
No, I'm still into that.
But I will say I might detract a little bit on the label. It's like you should not need to have a light behind you to be able to see what's on.
It's so difficult to read.
Yes.
And they highlighted Three Floyds. I still don't know what the fuck is up here.
No, I mean
still can't see what's going on.
It's some kind of, like, obviously there's a skull with with wings.
Is that Silence of the Lambs?
No.
So
Would you fuck it? I'd fuck
Arr.
it. Would you fuck it, Bubble?
Was she a real fat girl? Or real big girl.
Was it
Sorry.
a great big girl?
Was a real big girl.
We should. You know what we should do? We should do an episode from the Hannibal or the
B&B.
Buffalo Bill
B&B.
house. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
know the guy.
God.
That would be.
I know the guy.
You do? How do you know the
Yeah.
fucking guy?
He goes to conventions. He went. So he was at. I met him at the Indiana. What's the horror convention? The
Horror Hound.
Horror Hound, yeah.
He was at Horror Hound. We went to Indianapolis and we went to the Columbus one. He was at both of those. And I was talking to him for so much. He gave me a pin, from his thing, because I gave him a pin that we did for Buffalo Bill, and I thought, here, put this up in your thing. And we were talking. He's a great guy. He bought it on a whim. He's like, when I heard it went up for sale, he said, I just bought it. He said, didn't even tell my wife. He said, so now I got to make some money off this thing, or she's going to kill me. So he's like, I'm doing the bed and breakfast. I'm like, you got to parlay that, do more things. And next thing you know, at one of those conventions, he also talked to Tom Savini. And Tom Savini did a little thing up with him. So now he's networked and left us little guys in the dust. So he's off doing his thing now.
God damn it. So
he's
what
a
you're
nice
saying
guy.
is you missed our opportunity to
Yeah, you could've
record
talked.
there?
Well, technically, this was before we started having the podcast.
That's not the point.
You got to be thinking ahead.
If I called him up, I bet he would still remember me enough to where he'd let us do it.
Well, I mean,
So,
I
think he would.
I would love.
Where's it? It's Ohio,
say
right?
that.
No,
Or
it's
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
It's
okay.
Pennsylvania. Because
And
he's
he
not
changed
that
the
close to it
basement, I
either.
heard, too, to actually match up. And
he built-
you can get down in
he
it.
Right, because
built
obviously
a-
that was done in a studio.
Right. He built a well so that he could have not a super deep one, but he
Yeah.
built a well on the property. He says the permits to put a well in your basement are not easy to get. But he built a well in the basement for it. So.
Honestly, I would love to record there.
Yeah.
That would be
I think that'd be fucking amazing. What were we talking about?
something about
Three
whiskeys
Floyds.
and movies and shit. I don't know.
Oh, you're the one that mentioned Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that. I
yeah.
do like this one. I mean, this is something. What did we say the price was?
Oh, we didn't.
We didn't.
Well, that's where we were.
Yes.
What did you think it was?
I said $35.99.
I said $39.95.
$39.95.
And the real price is?
You're
$42.99.
It's $45.
Okay, well, I win.
But
You do.
$45. I'm buying that all day
Oh,
long.
100%.
Yeah.
Because
this one was not on sale.
that was on sale.
This was on sale.
For $45, it's normally $55.
Oh, okay.
I think
It's
is what
only
I said.
$10 off. Okay.
This I got on sale as
I'm
well,
wanting to try this.
but this was like even that was like, I got that for $40. It's normally $50.
But see, to me, the fact that that was cheaper than this
Yeah.
is crazy because I think that is
he's
amazing.
trying to get the name
I was gonna
out.
say he's just trying to
it
get
going
out there.
again.
This is gonna be like the Blantons, right? It's gonna
Well,
probably
I don't
in the
know.
next.
It's pretty good, but it's not a bourbon thing. It's a brandy. So
So that was the question I was going to ask. So have you looked on like your favorite whiskey
Whiskey Tribe.
whiskey tribe?
Yeah.
Have they talked about this
I
at
have
all?
not seen anything.
Did we beat him?
Because in other words, it's like, I'd be interested to see whether other people are really playing on the fact that it's not a bourbon, it's more of a cognac, brandy.
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 I've been doing that all day. So
And therefore like kind of discounting it, because
they have nothing for Hogsworth yet.
we said it in the episode. It's like I would drink that every single day of the week,
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah,
That's definitely a sipper. That's like
It is a sip because it is a little sweet, but in a good way.
Yeah, I don't think you need ice with that one.
No, not at all.
I feel like this one might be a little bit better with some ice. This
Oh,
one,
I agree with that.
I liked the burn in this, but I wonder if like you cooled it down a little bit and then how that.
I think that would be wonderful on ice. I think a little bit of ice would get rid of that little aftertaste that I got, and not destroy the flavor.
Yep.
So I think that'd be great on ice. I think the Three Floyds is more of a mixer to me. I would mix with that.
I agree. I do agree.
I think that would be awesome in a Jack and Coke or something like that, because put Jack in a Jack and Coke.
Here's my question.
All right.
I have sort of been slowly moving to Diet Coke. And I only say that because I fucking hate.
What the?
I hate diet flavoring.
I hate
absolutely.
it too. So why are you going to Diet
Because
Coke?
I know a lot of people do like Jack and Diets or a whiskey and diet.
Those are people who are into the taste. You're not into the taste.
Those people are vegans.
They want that
my
vegan
question,
soda.
yeah, that's what my question was kind of
Like
going though.
Diet Coke.
Do you do a full Coke with this? I mean, I know there's zero sugar Coke, which does taste different than diet, but I know the sweeteners are. I can't get over. I've tried Diet Coke.
I agree. I
multiple
can't
occasions.
take
I tried the
any
zero
Diet
sugar.
Pop at all.
The zero sugar is a little bit better.
soda.
But
No, pop.
yeah,
We're
we're Midwest, baby.
Soda.
Yeah.
Soda. Californians say
Soda.
pop too.
Yeah, soda.
Californians don't say pop.
No, there's soda.
No, they soda.
They're soda.
Oh, that's why that's fucking
It's not
California.
fucking pop. You don't say pop.
Let's drink
Yeah, it's a pop.
Like pop.
It's a pop.
Pop music. Pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
Talk
Well,
about
what's
it.
a soda?
I don't know.
Soda.
Soda water.
Soda
We
water.
go to the soda fountain. There's
Do
no
you?
soda
Do
fountains.
you?
No, there's no soda
But
fountain.
there's not pop fountains either.
No, because there's machines. You go to a pop machine.
But like 80 years ago, there wasn't pop. there was soda
So, that's my
soda
question.
jerks.
Where
Put
did
it
but
down
not
in the
pop-
comments.
pop jerks.
or soda.
Where did that come from? Where,
Pop
No,
or
no.
soda. It's a Midwest thing. The pop.
But put down.
Pop is
It's like
Midwest.
so. But you
yeah,
have
the next
you have.
question: water fountain or bubbler?
This is our
Yeah,
whole like.
yeah, that too.
This is our whole talking over each other.
Okay, that's true. Sorry, folks. Go ahead, Warwick. Go ahead.
But seriously,
I'll do a slight disclaimer of the fact that we've had complaints, primarily
Who's
from.
we? We've had complaints. Who's we?
the royal we.
We've had complaints that we tend to talk over each other.
Oh, we as in a group. Oh,
Yes.
oh, I'm hitting my microphone. Sorry.
But you have to understand, as we've said at the very, very beginning, and we've said multiple times, this
Screw you.
This started out as a conversation
Yeah.
that we decided to record. So that's what
That's
you
true.
get.
That's true.
You
we
get us,
do talk over each
you
other.
get
We
us
do.
talking over each other.
Mainly because he needs to have somebody talk over him. 'cause
Otherwise
he
it's
doesn't make sense anyway.
Mainly because
Drones on and on.
I'm British.
they do this. They do this so that I forget my train of thought, which is exactly what's happened.
The victors.
And to the victors come the spoils.
So as we were saying, Warwick
Whatever.
calls it a pop. So what that means is, I think out of all of these, clearly this is the winner.
100%.
But Finland's very good, and Finland is actually the only one here that's a bourbon. This has bourbon in it, but to me it's so much more brandy than bourbon. I
think this was number one.
It's still good.
That's definitely a very close number two.
I think
and
one
I
and two.
totally agree. This would be great for a mixer.
Yeah,
1, 2,
that's
3.
it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1,
But
2,
even
3.
that, even as
But
a
then,
mixer,
what do you
it's
want to
really thick
spend
and sweet.
40?
It's
What did
really
we
thick.
say it was?
45.
45.99 for a mixer.
No, that.
You know what I
No.
mean? Like you could
No.
get Jack for
There's plenty of other choices.
$30 for.
I think the point is, it's like, what we're saying is, if the only thing it isn't horrible. Trust us, we have reviewed other things that are way more horrible than this. But if we're saying that the only the only thing that this is good for is as a mixer, don't buy this. There's plenty of other things you can get that are
You know what?
cheaper.
The more we talk
wanna
about
look
it,
classy.
and the more I taste it, the lower I wanted to have rated.
Really?
So here's why. We had a malt whiskey just a few episodes ago, several episodes ago, from Few Smokeworks.
Yep.
Yes.
And they smoked it, and it was infinitely better than that. And it's a malt whiskey. Now, the profile's a little different. That has more wheat. The other one didn't have
I
wheat
just
in
got
it.
an idea for an episode.
Yeah,
What if we took some of the whiskeys we've already done
yeah.
and we used your smoker
Oh.
just to see what if it brings it up, brings it down?
I'm so into that. So let me add on to that. I think we also need to have an episode where we kind of do mixers with them.
Yeah, to see
Like,
which would be
like
better.
let's make an old fashioned out of this one, and this one,
Oh, that's a good one.
which is better as a mixer for something.
Sure.
Like a good one, not Jack and Coker.
No.
You mean like a bar that maybe that may be forthcoming?
Like a bar that is super hopefully forthcoming. Yeah.
Yes, I think we should
Yeah.
absolutely do that.
We won't spoil anything yet, but maybe you guys will get a teaser on that in another month or so.
We will see.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, the reason why I was trying to see whether other people had reviewed this is whether other people had discounted it because of the brandy Armagnac additive
Right.
to this, or whether they'd still kind of like consider this enough of brandy, because it's still more than 50%. Not brandy, sorry, bourbon. It's still more than 50% bourbon.
Yeah, it's pretty close straight off.
But that's the whole point of whiskeys and things, right? Is to experiment. And I think he kind of went outside the box because he knew he probably needed to do something outside the box compared to what he was going up against, because he knew, right?
He couldn't jump into the rye whiskey. So from the interviews that I've read or watched, he had started Whistle Pig because he thought the rye whiskeys were becoming popular in New York, LA, and Chicago. So he's like, I want to get in and come up with a really good rye whiskey. And that's what he did with Whistle Pig. Well, now that's been done. Whistle Pig dominates the rye whiskey market in a way. So he can't just do another rye whiskey.
Yeah.
So he's got to do something different. And that's a smart move, I think, if you don't do the exact same thing that you already succeeded in.
And I think it was a good experiment, and especially for that price point.
Yeah, for the price point, it's outstanding. And that's
Yeah.
only because he got the deal on everything else that he got. But my point to that is, that's a limited supply. He's
Right,
gonna
what-
have to
what does he do
continue-
next?
How does he continue that success?
And I'm sure he's going to have stronger stuff coming out. Or I'm sorry,
I'm sure.
stronger meaning, like, I should
I'm
say
sure.
aged more, right?
Let's scope him out.
But that's actually always, that's a great question, right? So in other words, it's like, obviously if you're a distiller, that at the end of the day, you are creating your flavor profile, your mash or whatever, that you can recreate. Within reason, you can recreate it because you know, yes, I'm sure from one season to another season, barley may taste marginally different from one year to another year, or wheat or whatever. But when your entire product is based on product that you've bought from other vendors, how replicatable is this product?
Yeah, it's got to be a limited quantity, right?
He's expanded.
Yeah, he has.
I see more pigs.
So
I
there's
see
the
more
hogwarts.
pigs
He's
as well.
already redone his labels, so they look a little bit better.
Let me put it on.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you've got to turn it on somehow.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Hang on. Choose content.
That was blacklight.
Window. App.
Not that one.
And no. There we go.
Cards.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can see there's our pigs right there, but that's not just them.
Oh, those aren't pigs.
What?
Those aren't pigs.
Is that the
are
secretary
be-
or whatever that he gave the shares to?
Yeah, that full of his cum.
So And again, if you look at these, you can't understand what the hell's going on here at all.
Especially with the picture.
And some sows.
Is that his bestiality
Is
brand?
this the
Let's
Black
move
Mirror
on.
version?
And it doesn't get much better here. I don't.
What the fuck's going on?
How do I know what the fuck these are just from a picture in the exact same? These look exactly the same, except for the picture, the same style. But I'm not. What's the difference with these?
Limited release 3-pack of Hogsmeade.
Hogsworth, not Hogsmeade.
Hogsworth.
You are.
Sorry, I can't read. From rye whiskey. Oh, so this is rye.
So those are ryes.
Yeah.
Why did it say woman?
This is
Vintage woman.
Vintage woman.
Vintage woman?
Oh, I don't think women would like to be called
No.
I
vintage.
think there
So
needs to be
I
some
think that's-
explanation.
Well, vintage, does that mean it's an older whiskey then?
Or is it just the pictures that are older?
Or just the women that
It
make
does
them.
say at the top. It still says bourbon, whiskey, and Armagnac.
Armagnac. It's French.
It's like almanac.
No, it's not. At all.
I'm just kidding.
It's 9.5 year average age, bottled in Vermont. It's exact same as that so far.
So the women are.
Look, they've got this cream brulee, same as the other one.
Cream broccoli.
And it's got baking
Finish.
spices.
A
Just to let
firm
people out there know.
business handshake with oak spice marmalade. A firm business handshake. We can go back to us. We're way prettier than this.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got some stuff, but I'm
So
confused as hell as to what it is.
This is vintage women that are only 9.4 years old.
That's apparently.
That seems pretty young to
Wow.
be vintage women.
That's.
Poor guy.
I want to go back to these. What is
No
the
wonder
thing
he
with
got in
this?
trouble at the other place.
Leonardo DiCaprio to shame.
These are called Modern Farm. I don't.
Okay,
They're the exact same notes. They're the exact same tasting
different
notes.
model.
that has
Exact
chai.
same specs.
Uh-oh, Lon's getting upset.
So
It's
okay,
the same blend on everything.
so it's so funny when I saw the label of this. I'm still keeping my rating. I think this is really good. But when I saw the label of this, I've been like, wow, this is really all about marketing. But when you look at the website, it's like, what the fuck is
Look
up
at
with that?
if I click on the logo.
This store does not exist,
Oh, jeez.
and that's a Shopify store.
I am confused as hell.
Yeah.
Is it just labels that are different on all these different products?
But it's the same actual product.
The product specs
Oh, you're right.
are exactly the same, and
And
the
tasting
tasting
notes.
notes are exactly the same. They all
So
have
they're just
firm
different
business
labels.
handshake finish.
Yeah, it has honey and
It's just
and
different
that,
labels.
and that creamy brulee.
I'm very disappointed.
The creamy.
Creamy brulee.
So we did also watch some movies too, right? I think.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
to that. Wait a minute.
We don't have to jump to it. I'm just saying we can.
Which one do you want to talk about the movies with?
I've already.
Since we're
Jump
we're
in,
in a
jump
we're in a
in.
fun mood,
Yeah.
I would say let's talk a little bit about the monkey first.
Okay, but what bourbon do you want to go with that?
I might go with the film land.
I'm debating between the two myself.
Yeah.
Is it a mass debate?
You get
It's
it
a
in
master
there?
debater.
There you go.
I did get it in.
I'm a cunning linguist.
What's around there?
What?
What's that like white thing?
That's just the glass pressed up against the cork part.
Oh,
Yeah. It's toy.
it's toy.
You know
like a
what?
toy
You know
whip.
what that makes for good thing? That makes for awesome podcast content.
It does.
What's this white thing? What?
It's toit. It's toit. This
So,
one's
do you like the monkey?
This one's a keeper.
I liked it so much I want to spank it.
I did like the monkey. Like truly, my one disappointment in the monkey, which I don't think I mentioned in the episode, was I think Tatiana Maslany is fucking gorgeous, and she didn't look good as the mum.
Well, she wasn't supposed to. I felt like. Oh,
What?
He's going.
How could you not go with Hogsmeade?
I own it.
Hogsworth. Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna go
like,
home and drink
I'm
more
gonna
tonight
drink more, I'm gonna drink it.
while the tornadoes hit.
You
I'm
know,
gonna drink that stuff.
Tornadoes aren't coming.
Oh God, you never know.
I'm gonna do a little bit of this and then I'm gonna go back.
Are you going to mix them?
No. That would be well. I don't know. That I'd mix with a lot of stuff, but not this. These two are good.
Yeah, there's no rain.
Yeah. Okay. So again, because I didn't like the monkey the first time and I went back and I got it, I think it's going to be misunderstood. I think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to be like, this makes no sense. It pissed me off.
Yeah, but you can't go into it being serious, and I think that's
You
what I.
you can't, but there people will because
no, I
they
know.
think it's a horror movie.
But that's what I liked about it is I went into it not ready for a serious movie, only because I had seen a trailer that made it, that gave it that ridiculous feel. And I think that did help.
So I don't understand how anyone can not watch the very first scene with Adam Scott and not
And
come
think it's
and
serious.
think it's
Yeah.
serious.
Not know what you're getting
Because
into.
Adam Scott right there kind of said, and the whole
And the fucking
pulling out
and the outfit.
That right there.
The outfit where he's dressed up as a fucking sailor in clearly
Technically, he was a-
to somewhat of your point that you
He was a
were complaining
pilot,
about.
wasn't
No, he's
Yeah, he was a pilot.
He was
The
a
mom
pilot?
said
Pilot,
That's the
air-
dad.
yeah,
Yeah, he
airline
said
pilot.
she's like,
okay.
probably sleeping with
well,
one of
his outfit was so ridiculous. He looked like a sailor.
He was spreading his semen.
Yes, he
Wow.
was. He's all about the semen.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's like that whole scene was just so fucking ridiculous.
But that set, I felt like that set the tone, and that's why
I
I love
agree.
the fact that he brought up the, basically the beginning credits, if you will, right after that, right? Like Monkey comes up, and it's like, I thought they did a good, like I said, I think this is his wheelhouse. I think he's got to do more horror comedies. That's going to probably draw in more people because horror got kind of serious for a little while there, and I felt like they it's almost like the Deadpool.
In
horror
that,
right
I
now,
get
you know
it.
what I mean?
That
Like-
whole mentality of silliness and
Yeah,
campiness.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
And that's what I love. That's why I gave it a better rating and a higher rating, because I didn't get it at first because I was so pissed off expecting a serious movie. But
I did not.
to Warwick's point, the first guy who comes in the scene and the
You
harpoon and the guts get
Yeah.
pulled right out.
Well,
it was
what-
Preston in a
And the
perfect
fact
line.
that it just kept on going.
it kept going.
That's the thing was the first when it hit him, I was like, oh, why is there still a string going across there?
Right.
And then it's a good 3 or 4 seconds, and then
Yeah,
finally it
easily.
pulls back.
Well,
and then
and
all
he
his
looks
intestines-
down.
He's watching it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
and then it just keeps going with that. You're like, oh shit.
And honestly, let's cover a few of them here. The pool is electrified, and she jumps in it. Doesn't get electrified. She explodes.
Right.
I
Which
laughed
clearly
so hard.
would never happen.
And
but
I love the
a leg
dad's-
almost
the
hits him
dad's
in the head.
reaction to it. It's like, he's
Yeah.
like, well, we gotta go. Oh, I'm tired. We gotta fucking go.
Okay, I want to step back to that very first scene though. So the other thing I thought was amazing was I love the little.
are we back in the pawn shop?
Yes.
Okay.
I love the little detail of the fact that the flamethrower was $300. That should have been a trivia thing. Like, how would a flamethrower only be $300? And the fact that it's like he looked around and was like, oh, flamethrower, $300.
Yeah, right,
I can
right.
do that. You know,
Right.
it's like you could just as easily have not had the price tag on it, and he just saw the fact there was a flamethrower there.
Right.
But the fact that there was a $300 price tag on it, to me, just made it funnier.
I
'Cause
think
they
that's,
brought it
but
up,
I think
they
that's Oz
pointed it
Perkins.
out.
I think that's his doing. I think he pays
Yeah,
attention to those little goofy details where, if you're looking for something, you'll laugh at it, right? And that's why I think I got so upset with Longlegs. Is I went into Longlegs with that mentality of like, because everybody raved about it and said it was so great, and then what the fuck? Like,
But we told you before, that's why you hated it, because you went in with such high
Right.
expectations.
yeah, but I tried to.
But see, like this one, I went in with low and high expectations, but I went into it
Lower than
hoping
you went into
low in the
Longlegs.
sense that I'm like, well, Longlegs sucked, but high that maybe he'll make up for it, and I feel like he did. I think he did
Yeah, he
make up
definitely
for the Longlegs, and he hopefully. I got a feeling though the people that liked Longlegs might not like this.
I will agree with that. So,
But I like both.
so the other thing I
not
did
until
think
your
was,
second viewing, though.
True.
the other thing I thought was funny about Longlegs, because it's after your review last time, I actually did go back and rewatch it, and I've talked to people in the store about it. Ghoulish Morals, 228 West Main Street, St. Charles.
St.
Illinois.
Charles, Illinois.
About damn time it took you 3
we're,
years.
we're nationwide.
Yes.
We're global.
Globally.
Global.
I still love the movie, but the thing I thought was actually really funny was like, there are similarities between the Longlegs character and Salad Fingers.
Oh, I love salad fingers.
Like
I
the
love
way
salad
he
fingers.
talks,
rusty spoons.
the way
That's
the way he
true.
talks, just like his mannerisms as well.
You're right.
It's like I wonder whether
Different voice, but the same creepiness to
right.
it.
I wonder whether Oz Perkins. I wonder whether that
a
was the
salad fingers fan.
inspirations for Long
Oh,
Legs.
that's a good
Not so
question
much,
to
obviously,
ask
that
him.
Salad Fingers isn't a serial killer, but the
Was
point
that
is
David Firth, I think?
Yeah, Firth.
Yes.
Yes, David Firth.
But it's fine. I have several people. Like we sell Salad Fingers plushes in the store.
I did not
Do
know
you
this.
really?
Yeah.
What? I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
buy one of those.
I got giddy. I was
love
in
salad
Wisconsin randomly at after a water
You were
park.
randomly in Wisconsin.
After a water park visit, and ran into a kid that was probably like.
I woke up and I was like, "Wow, I'm in Wisconsin."
Driving along. Whoa! How did they get in Wisconsin?
And I ran into a kid
It's
that
the cheese.
a kid had the salad finger shirt, and this was like 15 years ago. So
Wow,
the fact
he was on the ball.
Yeah.
and I was happy. I wanted to say something. The wife's like, "Don't, you're gonna look like a creep." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that's right. You're right."
I
It's
love
like
your
10 or
shirt.
11. Yeah.
What's under
Can I
it?
have it?
Can you take off your shirt for me?
No, you don't understand. I want your shirt,
Yeah.
not what's under it. Just to be clear.
Just the shirt. Just the shirt. Oh God, no. But I did actually. My daughter's, my oldest likes salad fingers, and that is one of the things where. After I sent you guys the explanation video. Of
Oh,
that, right?
like he was the one that got me to start watching it.
Okay.
And I went down the rabbit hole of the explanation
Right,
video.
and then you
Could-
find
could-
everything you can
because there's
find
not
on
just
salad
one.
fingers. Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
There's like
That's
20 of
true.
them.
There's a lot of different versions of
Yeah.
what it
Oh,
really
God.
means.
That's just. But I could now that you mentioned that, I could see him. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I should go back and watch Long Legs.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's
Yeah, I
it's like
Because maybe it's the same thing like
think you should.
what you were having with the
You were in a
monkey.
bad mood watching it.
I may have been because
Yep.
maybe I was expecting more and it just wasn't. Now
Yep.
I should just go back and watch it just for funsies.
well, and maybe even
think so.
like in light of not that I think Longlegs is vaguely supposed to be like comedic,
Right. But it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be ridiculous. I think it's over the top ridiculous. Because the bad guy is a bit silly. Longlegs
Oh, he
is
is.
silly.
And-
I heard that it was explained that he was a former rock and roll person, and that's why he's
well, the
always
long
singing,
hair.
and that's why that to him is like he's trying to find some
I don't know if I buy that, but
Yeah.
but still, he's
I
a
think he's
bit
salad
silly.
fingers. I think he likes the rusty spoon.
Who doesn't like nettles on their nipples?
What was the name of the finger things that he had?
The puppets, the finger
One
puppets.
was not Buttersworth. What was it? It was-
Oh, fuck me.
Cumberbatch. One was.
Cumberbatch. Yes,
Cumberbatch.
yeah.
Boy, I can't remember everybody.
God.
It's been a
No,
hot minute.
oh God, yeah, I think I sent you guys the Opal one that I had seen.
Yeah, Opal was another psychotic breakdown. That was a fucked up. If you want to see a fucked up David Firth movie,
That was
movie.
was
I
that
guess
David
movie.
Firth?
Yeah,
was
it was David Firth.
I
Go
thought
go
that was
watch
the other
that
guy.
one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The
go
other
here.
guy.
Opal, OPAL.
Yeah. Anyway,
But either way, I think Monkey definitely made up for the Long Legs disappointment I had. And now the Gorge that was a pleasant surprise. I'm glad you guys mentioned that. When you mentioned it, that I saw the Gorge, you guys should watch it. I'm thinking, okay, I thought it was just like a regular movie. I did not think it was horror related. And then when you said we were doing an episode on it, I'm like, well, shit, there's got to be something horror. And then I start watching it, and I'm like, this is just a sniper movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's happening here? And then
but that's the best time to get involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're expecting just another sniper movie, and then holy shit, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's coming up out of this gorge? Holy fuck, where they're going, falling, they're going in. That's when it's a good movie. That's when it brings you in.
So one of the things I did think was actually funny, and I thought about it in the episode, but I didn't think about saying it, was how the explanation that the previous guy had was the whole thing of, the sentry guns further down the gorge, you don't have to worry about those because those take care of everything.
Why aren't those in
why are those everywhere?
Yeah.
If the ones down the further down the gorge are good enough to take care of everything, why aren't those just everywhere?
Right. Why do I need to be here if you've got automatic guns?
In their defense, maybe pun intended. Yeah. That was so far. Like if they went any further down, they would be at risk of getting attacked
Right,
by those.
but those sentry guns were clearly at a point where he was able to refill the ammo.
Yeah, because you had to go down and refill the ammo.
So
on
that
all
was
of
the
them.
half the reason why he was going up and down the
Yep.
the site. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny that it's like, so the sentry guns are all good up until we have the tower,
Yeah.
and then we just have like the two clearly kick-ass guns on either side of the tower.
Right.
But yeah, why not just put sentry guns everywhere?
I think it maybe was the towers were there first, and then they figured, well, we need more.
Sure.
And then eventually technology came out for sentry guns, and they've got those down
Sure,
there.
yeah,
But
because
they-
that certainly wasn't in the
If they
1940s.
But they still
Smart
need a
about
human
this?
there to replace the ammo. And
Right.
If they were
Fix
smart
the
about
thing.
this, they could make a video game out of that.
Oh, it was kind of a video game when they were in the
It was-
business.
it was a little bit
Gorge already.
doomish.
It's like tower defense, right?
Yeah,
like
it was-
You just,
it was-
Oh, hey, I can. Oh, the sentry's not killing him now.
But I do wonder about like when they first came up and they were blowing up the mines and destroying the little fencing that they had there to kind of keep them from climbing up. After it was done, they're kind of just going down on things and they're resetting bombs and how do they know all this stuff? How do they know? First of all, they're also good at welding, apparently.
Right,
Because
right.
they can weld up this fencing. Then they're hanging these bombs, they know to program it and set them.
Here's my other
Where's the
question with
manual
that,
for
though.
all this stuff? How do they know?
My other question I have about that is, wouldn't the bomb have blown up the clip that's holding the bomb?
Yes.
Like he just
Yes.
takes the old one off and puts them like.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they did some.
Maybe
Maybe
they hung
maybe
new
they
one.
dropped-
Oh,
Maybe
they didn't,
no,
because the
maybe
bomb was
or
still
maybe
there
it
at
was
the
like
top.
what do they call a directed bomb?
But no, because
Yeah,
it
what-
shot up too. Because remember,
Yeah.
that's how she got the thing in the shoulder. 'Cause
Yes,
They
but,
sprayed
but
up.
you're correct with what you were saying before. I mean, in other words, it's like
They're jacks of all trades,
It
man.
destroys the fencing.
yeah.
You know, in other words, you'd think
Yeah.
that those, and I think it's funny. So they have those mines
Yep.
that again
Mine.
are clearly
Mine.
are clearly only around the tower, right? So why aren't they everywhere?
You know what? I thought they were everywhere, but maybe they're not.
But they
because
can't be, because how are they having a
The
crane,
sentry guns were
a
able to-
crane that was able to lower him
Yeah,
down to
true.
fix
Just for that area.
Fix that area.
They wouldn't have cranes all up and down the whole thing.
But again, that
Unless they
goes.
were the birds.
But again, that goes back to the idea that the sentry guns are good enough everywhere else. So why not just fucking put the
Yeah, they
sentry
still
guns
need a
everywhere?
new Sentry. Well, they don't need to worry about it now, do they?
Here's another
No, well, the
question.
movie's
if
over.
If they had so much high tech that they had a drone that flew in and out of it, why would they need the sentries? Weren't there like laser guns?
Honestly,
Well,
get the whole thing with top of the gorge with lasers.
even beyond that, it's like, so when they're running away, they get chased by drones with machine guns on them.
And those, why don't they use
why
those
don't
in
you
the gorge?
Yeah,
Like
those could be
everywhere.
flying over the gorge.
This could be completely automated.
totally
This
could be
entire gorge could be
automated.
completely automated.
Because
I almost wish they would have explained that by saying like, these are mercenaries we need to get rid of. You know what I mean? But we're
Well,
not
even
pretending.
that.
They kind of do that a little bit because you know they're going to kill them at
But
the
you
end.
throw in a human element and something's going to get fucked up.
Yeah. Or you
right,
run
Which
that,
it did.
Or you run that risk of right.
because the other thing about
Oh,
it is
that's
again,
so
it's like,
funny.
where did the drones with the machine guns come from?
Right.
yeah, were they
Right.
just hanging out there and it's
Did
Right.
they get brought there by the helicopter?
Right, or what, is there another base like just over the other side of the forest? In which case, then again, why do you need the
Where
person?
did those come from?
I feel like they came out of the ground, but
For
they just
who?
show them flying.
They're not zombies.
No, I mean like there was like a sort of like the missile thing, like a silo
Zombie
like opens
drones.
up and.
Right, but the point
But
is,
seriously, if they were there, then why weren't those being? If they're that good, these drones
So-
can automatically hunt down people.
In their defense, though, that might be more of a, well, like you mentioned, like, hey, you've got gorge, tower, maybe a few clicks. I don't know, I'm trying to be a sniper of trees.
Oh, I'm buying it. Yeah,
A
okay.
few clicks of trees,
Clicky
you know,
trees.
and then
Click
now
trees.
anything beyond that, we've got to kill. So maybe once they start hitting a certain point in the trees, that's when the drones can. I don't know. Like, because now.
but again,
I-
it goes back to if they came from underground, so they're being stored somewhere, who's filling the ammo up for those?
Right,
Yeah.
right. But if that's if they constantly get used. They
And
haven't been
the
used.
other
I've
thing-
never seen those until the end of the movie. So they were sitting there full of ammo, waiting for something.
My other concern
Right.
too is when you're unloading that many, how in the hell is that thing flying so easily? Like, I'm sorry,
Yes,
the
if there'd
kicks
be
still
kickback.
Yeah.
like they should have been like fly,
Well-
stop.
Well, now you're
and then-
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Now you're overthinking
That's it.
You've
There's
gone
too much thought. Too much.
You've gone too far. You've gone too far.
The Gorge was gorgeous.
It
no,
was
we're just
gorgeous. Yes,
nitpicking.
it was.
I think it was. I think it was fun. I definitely would watch it again. Granted, I
enjoyed the
watched it
shit
at
out of
a higher speed than I needed to, but that's just because I wanted to make sure I finished the film.
Go back, watch it again.
Oh yeah.
I've
I'll watch it. I'll watch it with the
twice.
rest of the
Yeah,
fam.
I've watched it twice as well.
And it's just as enjoyable the second time, even knowing what's going to happen. Because there's those little things you miss. You know, you're like, holy shit, this is the guy with the, you know, you can see the patch ahead of time. You can, even though you know who's going to get off
Well,
or whatever, it's still scary.
Even the very beginning explanation from the guy who's leaving.
Yes,
it's
makes
like
so much more sense
when you
now.
start seeing the names of
Yep.
the people, like
Yep.
all the pictures
Yep.
around the side.
Yep.
It's like those just start making a lot more sense.
And even the quotes that were written on the wall,
Right.
that makes, because you're not, now you know those people, you know where they are. It's like, has a little deeper meaning to it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deeper and deeper.
I like that
she
as
said.
well. So honestly, we had two really good horror movies.
And
Excellent.
three
We had-
decent whiskeys.
We had
Two
two
good.
and a half decent whiskeys. I like the other one, but it's a novelty whiskey.
Ooh!
Wow, what are you doing?
There was something in there. that
I
was bugging
bet
me.
there was.
Yeah, there was.
Did you reach under that skirt? You get it? Did you get it? Did you dig it out?
Did you use the gel?
No.
Okay.
Tui. Hakua.
Again, if anybody has a suggestion for some movies, for some topics, we did get a good suggestion. We do want to actually pit the original versus remakes at some point. I think we
Yes.
really
That'd be
need to
fun.
do that. But if you have any other suggestions, let us know. We will get to them. We have a lot of movies to watch, a lot of bourbon to drink, and this is sort of our whole point. And we love doing this. But if you got a suggestion, let us know.
Speak up.
By the way, I know that was like kind of like the prelude to saying we're done.
But
Warwick has more
gonna
to say.
continue the episode a little bit
I did
longer.
see finally an Evil Dead Ends poster.
Yes.
Oh.
We could talk
Interesting.
about that. We should watch the trailer.
Did you want to stop and maybe do a short?
You want to do? We could do a couple shorts after that because there's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
trailers I think
Somebody
we need to
hasn't
hit.
been doing shorts. I don't know who the hell that is.
You know what? Honestly, do you like our shorts better? Because we
My
probably have a
shorts-
lot
you
more
probably can't see my shorts because they're below the table, but
below the table.
no, below the table.
Below the table.
And they're off right now because of what Logan just did.
So, literally, if you know anybody who knows how to make our shorts in a timely fashion, let us know. Apply.
Sucks.
We could do that, and
know.
then we wouldn't have to have.
It
some,
will be an intern program
Right.
only.
I think that'd be great.
Non-paid.
I think we could
but
get-
we'll let you.
Yeah, let you have some of the
To
whiskeys.
get some college schlep over here
there for at least
to do a
20
good job with it.
21-year-olds or over.
Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, go ahead. No, okay, go ahead. Did you already hit it?
No. Unless it says stop.
We'll hit it because now
I
I
have
look
to do it now.
stupid.
I know. You look stupid, not me.
Joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow us on social media.
Oh shit.
What did you do?
What happened?
Went down the wrong pipe.
Okay. Let's just continue. Ignore him.
Everyone for joining us on
Like-
another. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Like,
I would. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, follow us on social media. This is right here.
I want to do like 5 million takes.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Be sure to follow us on social media.
About this one.
What's the matter with that? What's the matter
I
with
said
that one?
feeling good about this one.
What's wrong with that one?
Nothing was
Nothing.
wrong with it.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing for it.
I'm pointing to.
Pointing does nothing. This is a social
but you
media.
see it on different lines. And
yes,
so I'm like,
but do you
I'm
know where
pointing-
the lines actually
By
are?
the way, no one can see you because there's a big logo right here.
I
That's
know
the
they can
point.
hear me though.
No,
We
they
did that on
can't.
purpose.
Logan Lynch over here.
We're going
Nobody
to
listens.
cut that out.
Who the fuck is Logan Lynch? Who names
Best.
himself?
That sounds like a made-up name
Doesn't
to me.
it though? Amen.